Hello guys. So right now we're gonna discuss to you the topic about the functions inside the C programming language. Well, function is a set of codes that has specific commands to perform specific task. So that's the meaning of a function. And a function in the side of C programming language could be a user defined or it could be a built-in function. And in the conventional program of C programming language, there is already a function that is inside of that code in order to run such a program. For example, when we talk about the main function here, this main function here is already a function and it is a built-in type of function. So the program here will gonna run because of this main function here, and without of this function there will be no program to let the computer run. So this is a function or a command that you tell to the computer to do this specific task, to run this program inside of this one. So this one is a function and this one is also a function. So there are a lot of functions inside the program, and the minimum, the least function that you could be able to see in the function inside of your conventional program is this main function. So that's it. And now we're gonna create a file which is a text file, and then we're gonna select the C and then save this as save as function. So we're gonna put this one function, save that, and we're just gonna copy paste this one here and that one, and then we're gonna delete this here, and it remain the body and also the statement, which is the return declaration. So we could be able to create directly a program here. So this time I will gonna teach you on how to make a user-defined function that could be able to provide a result of area of such a shape of a rectangle or a square. And then we're gonna put a drawing inside of this function here, which is a built-in, that could provide the whole picture of such a shape. That there is an asterisk that defines the length and the width of the function of the shape that we are we have created. So right now, without further ado, we're gonna create the integer here, and then this integer has a name of function, which is a shape. Then it has a row, and there's a length and also a width. And then inside of that, and so in this row here, we have just created the name of the function, which is the shape. And then inside of this function, inside of this parenthesis, this is what we call the parameter. And this parameter here gives the function two inputs, where the first one is the length and the second one is the width. And since it has a semicolon, so that means to say that it is a declaration, that we are declaring that compiler let this shape become the name of a function where it has two inputs, that it could run only if you will provide two inputs. So that's what we call parameters. Okay, so these are parameters. And after that, we will gonna create something that what we call this loop, that when the user will provide two parameters or two data or two variables, this will gonna print out the shape of the square, of the rectangle that is being given by the user from its data or from its values. So for example, we're gonna print f or ask the user to please provide input the length, and after that we're gonna declare that, and then we're gonna scanf and then %d, because that is what we call total row. So that's a total row, and then we're gonna put here int value here, int row, just put it row here, and like that, and then int column, and then we're gonna just copy this one, paste it, and then the width, and then this one we get a column. So we let this row here put inside this one, and this column here put inside this variable rather. So that's how it works. And then we're gonna use the for loop now to be able to create the shape. So in this for loop, we're gonna put here before that we're gonna also create row number, like that, and call number, like that, and in this row number, which is equal to the value here, also this one here, and then row number is equal like that, semicolon, and then row number, this is the statement, right, that row number should be less than or equal to row. So we're gonna put row for this, and this one also tot row, and then total column. That means it's the total, and then the tot row will be declared, and then the row number will be gonna be incremented by 1, and it is a body. So inside of this for loop there will be a print of let's try to test it first. So we're gonna print the %d here, so we could be able to check if it's working or not. So the space here with a space here with row number value. So that will be the printed, and then we're gonna also put inside here \n. No, we're gonna put a \n another row for this because we're gonna omit that one later on. So we're gonna separate the \n right there. So let's check if it works, and if it works we could then proceed to the next the creation of the function or the definition of the function. Sorry guys. So in shape, length, width. Okay, so it says here that we have to put a body inside of this before it works. So just like that. So here it says please input the length, so we're gonna put 10, then input the width. So let's try. So it is now working guys, that it has 1 to 10 value that was being printed out, and this row number was the one that is being printed out, is the total row rather, this one, which is the first one. So, and now we're gonna replace this one here, and then we will gonna replace it with a for loop that will gonna print out the columns inside the row. So every row there is a character inside of that, which what we could say the columns, because the columns are the ones that is in the vertical position, and then the row is in the horizon or horizontal position. So we're gonna put this row column here, and then no, it's a row, no, call now, which is already being declared as equal to 1. So this one call number should be less than or equal to the total column, and in that moment it will become the condition, and then in this time this call num will be incremented by 1 as well, and then we're gonna put the body in here, and then we'll print it out the asterisk, which could be able to provide the shape of the rectangle or the square. So let's try to see if it's working. So in this tutorial, we're not just doing the user-defined function, but we're also using the for loop function, which is a built-in function. Then let's try to check if it's working or not. So we're gonna create a new here, then let's run. So we're just gonna because the compiler is getting confused because of this. So let's try to run this one first, and then let's delete that. Okay, so it says please input the length, then 10. So and what we have lacking right now is
Today, I want to tell you 3 stories from my life. That's it. No big deal. Just 3 stories.
so this one, guys. So as you can see in here, for good practice, we have to change the we have to put the for good practice, we have to put the value of this variable here inside of this for loops, because so that it could work smoothly. So this is it, guys. So as you can see in here, the shape of here is giving us the total length and the total width of the what we call this, the shape of the square. So it is composed of 10 width and then 10 height. So the row is the length, and the width is the column. So that's it. So this is the output, this is the length, and this is the width. Okay, so now we will proceed now to the creating the function, which is a user-defined function. So in here we are defining it, and what's the area of the the area of the square in here. So in order to do that, we will gonna call the function, this one, we're gonna call this one because we already created this one here, so it's being declared that it is a function. So inside of this code here, we were gonna put the area, the name as the area, or the result as the area as the equal to the max, the shape of the two values, which is the total row and the total column. It's called the total column, total row, and the total column. So which is, this is the length and the width. So we are calling this one here, this one, and when it is being called, then there is a statement of a body where it is composed of programs that would be able to create the functionality of this function. So inside of this, we were gonna put the result is equal to result, and in that result we're gonna declare it as a variable, and then after that this result is equal to a length, or length times the width. So that's how it is easy, guys. And then we're gonna return it to 0. I return it to result. So this result would be equal to this area here. So since we are calling this function, which is this one, so it gives us it creates the variable result, which has a product of these two values here, or two variables here, which is equal to result. And then when it is being computed by the computer, then this one will gonna be the result, and then we will gonna return the result here to this portion here, which is, that means to say that this area is equal to the result. So it will print out the result of this function here, which is the area of the shape. So let's try to run this one. So it says here it is area undeclared. So the area is not being declared here, so sorry, it's capital letters, it should be small letter. Again, so, and still it is undeclared. So we were gonna declare this, forgot to declare this one, I'm so sorry. I will gonna put here as area as an integer value. So let's try to run this one, and leave this, create a terminal, run. Okay, I forgot the variable name here, sorry for that. And that is integer length, and this is also integer. So you have to be specific, or and be detailed to this, so that there will be no warning. So let's try to create a new terminal and run. So there's no error already. So let's try to put here a value of 14 and a value of what is it, 34, and that's it. And it prints it out, the value, the shape, but there is no result. So in this portion here, we're gonna print then the result of this, which is the area of the shape is equal to the %d, which is the area. That's how we could be able to print the result for this. So let's run, and then again 14 and 13, and then it says here the area of the shape is 182. So that's it, guys. It's so easy to code this one because we already have what do you call this, we have discussed this one before, and then this one is easy to follow. So as I have said, that this is the declaration. You're creating your function, and then in this portion here, we are calling the function. We are calling the function which is which has this definition. So we are calling this definition here of the function, or the function rather, and then inside of this function, it has a definition, and it has something work to do inside of this function. So in this function, it has a functionality that gives us the area of the shape, which is a square. So this is how it goes. The result is equal to length times the width, which is the result is an integer value, and then it would provide us an integer value, and then after that, the product of these two variables here will be the result, and then this result will be returned back to this portion here, to this calling out, whereas area will become already the result, and then that result will be inside of this variable area, and as in this portion here, we're declaring to print out the value inside of this area, which is the result. So, and as a result, it has the answer of 182, which we will multiply this one in for calculator. 14 times 13 is equal to 14 times 13 equals 182. So the result is 182. So in this tutorial, we have learned to create functions and also a for loop that could give us a shape. So that's how it works, guys, and that's all for now, and thank you for watching my videos, and see you to the next tutorials. Goodbye.